Okay there guys, I just thought I'd quickly do a little video for you guys, an interesting video just on some foot action and maybe things you guys can look at when working with some of your pupils. And I just firstly like to start by saying, obviously foot action, accommodates the motions of the knees and obviously accepts, the motions that the hips make with regards to weight displacement, etc. So, your hips are really the key thing that influence what your feet are doing. And, I think we're all quite well aware of, certain positions that we can put the feet in. For instance, turning the right foot out to help less flexible golfers make a bigger turn, squaring up the right foot maybe to help players restrict the right hip motion. Even with regards to stance line issues, pulling the foot back to get things more rounded, maybe bringing the foot forward to change a plane or change a motion in the right hip. But what I wanted to really just quickly touch on is your feet can really either be in one of three positions. It can be flat, rolled, and lifted. So both of your feet throughout the golf swing can either be in one of those three, flat, rolled, or lifted. And obviously in our setup, our feet's flat. As we get to impact through hip slide and axis tilt, we can see the axis tilt and the hip slide creates a roll in the foot at impact. And then from there to create the lift, with our lumbar spine releasing and as we're turning the spine back to neutral, we can see how that's created the lift in the foot. So, the hips sliding creates the rolling of the foot. So we can certainly see the right ankles rolling there. Obviously then the hips going back to neutral and the lumbar spine going back to neutral creates the lift in the foot. So if we kind of look at it from this angle and the action that the hips perform, with the hips being in flexion of about 20 or so degrees, maybe a little bit more in the setup, as we now go into spinal extension, we can certainly see how just extending my spine, straighten my knees, how with the spinal extension, the lumbar spine extension, the hips have actually raised up quite a bit. So just going over that same thing again, the axis tilt and the hip slide will create the roll. Obviously the release of the spine back to neutral will create the lift in the right heel. But again, just maybe something different for you guys to think about when fault finding or trying to look at cause and effect. I think when we see some faulty footwork with some of the people we normally see, and lots of rotations in the hips, etc. That's maybe something you guys want to have a look at and just try and start with having a look at what those hips are doing, and how they're affecting what's going on below. Guys, I hope to speak to you soon and we'll keep in touch.